When 1,000 years are over, Satan will be released from his prison and will go out to deceive the nations. Fire came down from heaven and devoured them, but the devil who deceived them was thrown into the lake of burning sulfur. My name is Linda, and I believe that we are at the beginning of the end times now. When the Lord comes back, the people that are written in the Lamb's Book of Life, they will raise to be with the Lord, and that, I believe, is the rapture. I have stuff here that could be used for people who do not make the rapture, for the left-behinders.
I'm Carol, and I'm Linda's sister. I've only ever seen her house once, and I couldn't quite take it. My sister had all this junk all around everywhere, up to the windows, you know. I don't know how Linda could live that way. Why would she want to?
My name's Troy, and Linda's my mom. She has blankets, candles. She probably has some food set aside. Do I share my mom's belief about the end times and the rapture? I categorize these types of people as gloom and doom.
Oh, I would have to say no, I don't think I'm a doomsdayer. Because I don't plan to be here to be in that.
I am Annie, and I'm Linda's step-granddaughter. There is another trailer in another park, so full you can't even get the door open. Linda was living in her trailer up to a few years ago, and then it got so full that she just abandoned it and walked away. Began again in a new house.
I see a fire hazard. I see a health risk. I see a situation that shortens my mother's life every day that she's there.
Hi,
hello.
I'm Dr. Green. Nice to meet you.
I'm Dr. Melva Green, a board-certified psychiatrist specializing in anxiety disorders and hoarding behaviors.
Now, I understand that you've been holding on to some stuff for end of times. Is that the case?
Well, the end times, when you can't buy or sell the things that you need, it's going to be hard to get food, that kind of thing.
Okay.
How do you dispute God?
I need to talk with you about the other trailer, because I understand you have another trailer.
My name's Corey Chalmers. I'm an extreme cleaner specializing in biohazard and hoarding.
Oh my God. As you can see, it's really dark in here. So let me switch this on night vision. There you go. God, this is freaky. You've got to be kidding me.
Is this stuff here preparation for what you've learned in your faith?
Some of it.
Okay.
Some of it
Give
is,
me a
but not.
percentage.
Well, what you're looking at today,
Yeah, tell me what I'm looking at today.
well, it's really hard for me to do percentages.
Okay.
It's kind of abstract, and it's hard for me to tell you.
It's just absolutely eerie in here. I mean, the signs of rodents and the rodent droppings and having everything so chewed up. And if she is really saving this stuff for anybody, she's high. I don't care what religious beliefs you have, why you're saving stuff, you know, worth dying for.
Can I ask you another question?
Yeah.
Do you think the Lord is pleased with this?
I don't even want him in my house. I don't trust him.
Linda, give this
I don't
100% one time. While you have professionals here, give it one more chance.
He won't
This
come.
is an opportunity, Linda.
Do you think I don't want to do it? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Why you're saying this is an opportunity?
I think you want to do it. I think you're scared.
Regardless of what you think, I am here to try to help you accomplish this task, period.
Okay, we're going to clean. Give me a box. I'm not going to stand around
Get
here
a
and argue.
box, that's fine.
All right.
I want these. We can throw this away. That can be trashed. Did you throw these away? Do you know what these are?
I've spent my last hour and a half in that closet trying to go through all of the food that's no good. Linda, I have been at this with you for over 20 years. I have worked with you from every angle that I can possibly think of. Nothing works with you.
That's because you want to forget all the other stuff you did and you think you're okay.
Not at all. I cannot communicate with my own mom because she is so distrusting. She figures that I am there just to do whatever the hell I want to do, and regardless of what you think, that's what I'm going to do. That is completely false.
That's what I think.
Well, if that's what you think, then I really shouldn't be here.
With him.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
You really do have to take a leap of faith. You really do have to walk this walk that you say you're walking.
I'm being bad and I'm going to
It's not about being bad.
I am not behaving the way I should, and I'm going to have to repent immensely for that.
I wish you didn't think that God had it in for you, because He doesn't.
He doesn't have it in for me, but
certainly
if I'm
doesn't.
doing this,
And
if I'm behaving like this,
you're
I'm
not-
not pleasing Him.
You guys are only going to be here a couple of days, and then you're going to leave like you've done your job or taken care of the problem, and you haven't. You've done 2 little rooms, and you've talked to Linda a little bit.
The daughter-in-law's there, and she is just going off on us.
She has a big problem here that you guys were going to help with. Are you a professional in this? Have you ever done this before?
Yeah, for 17
Okay,
years.
so
I go
then-
around the country training people
Do
on
you?
hoarding. Yeah.
Okay.
We clean out entire houses all the
How
time.
do you do it?
It's up to the hoarder.
You don't want to clean out the back.
Excuse us just a minute.
Why
Debbie,
can't-
relax, all right? Linda is the problem. She's not allowing stuff to be thrown away.
Troy, have you seen this?
Deb, do not talk to me like that. I've been here all day. I have seen this.
We're doing everything that Linda's letting us do at this point, and for her to show up this late in the game and try to direct the show, sorry, it's not going to happen.
I don't know what else I can do. I'm at the end of my rope. You're my mom and I love you.
This right here, this is real. Everything else up until this moment has been a bunch of foolishness, a bunch of defensiveness. But this in this moment, these tears that she's crying, these are real. This wall is coming down.
In total, we threw away 2 dump trucks full of stuff. We took some stuff to storage, but we also donated a lot of stuff, and that's what made this possible.
Oh, it's pretty, it's pretty. Isn't that beautiful?
I'm just jubilant because it's an answered prayer. It really is.
Wow.
I think this is going to change Linda's life.
Oh, hallelujah. Looks marvelous. I'm very happy. Oh my gosh.
You guys were right and I was wrong, and I appreciate all this.
Debbie said, you know, I was right and she was wrong, which meant a lot to me. That takes a lot to do that, and I just really appreciate that.
I feel like I have my mom back. Come on, Mom. I love you. I'm glad that you have your home back.
Thank you. He called me Mom. And that was a biggie.
She's my mom. I care about her and I love her, and that was the sole reason that I was here, is try to help her better her life and to help us have a little better relationship.
Things that Dr. Green said and the things that Corey said were things we would have never thought of to say. I thought, man, those words really hit the target.
I'm Linda. I'm a landlady and a farmer. I have an inherent passion to be who I am, and I usually do whatever I do big time. I inherited this farm. That's a big blessing. I was the garbage lady, and now I'm landowner.
I'm Angela, and Linda is my best friend and my rock. Well, she was the bag lady because she would go and pick up everybody's garbage because she didn't want it laying around and being ridiculous.
My saving increased when I inherited this farm, and I could see that I could use these things here.
There is lumber, there is hardware, there are doors, there are toilets, there are sinks. You name it, it's there.
I think God is working through me.
The religious beliefs really do play a lot in everything that she does.
I feel like I'm a chosen one.
I'm Dean. I work at the farms. My friend Linda is the owner, and I love her very much. The property is a mess. If you go up on the hillside and you come rolling down that hill, it looks like
I'm like a squirrel collecting my nuts for the winter, but I'm collecting them for the future, which doesn't look to be most bright. I believe in reading Revelations that, the end times are just going to be nasty. Social unrest, rioting, pillaging, plundering. Throw in maybe a few natural disasters along the way, like all the super volcanoes will go off at once.
Armageddon kind of deal. The finance markets are going to crash.
There's going to be nothing. No grocery stores, no hardware stores, no dry cleaners. If you want a nut or a bolt, you better have it.
Anything that you might need or want, I'm sure can be found on that property.
I would imagine if there's an emergency, people will come knocking at my door. So that's what I'm all about here on this farm, trying to gather all the resources I can while the gathering is good. Dean and Angela had been working in the barn.
I had put all of her stuff away for the winter.
He was refinishing some wood. He went to have lunch.
I went in the house and I was gonna get some loving, and I looked out and poof.
I believe it was spontaneous combustion rags that imploded.
Millions of dollars worth of items destroyed in that fire.
The Lord gives and the Lord takes away. He gave me this farm and he took away the barn. My issues with the health department came to a head. They told me I needed to get rid of everything. And when I asked to talk to them about it, they said, we don't need to talk with you. You just need to get rid of everything. Just totally insane situation where if it's not undercover, then we're taking it.
With property the way it is and the value of the place, there are many farmers out there that would really like to get her to stumble and swoop in. She needs to clean up her mess. She needs to get the trash out of there.
I believe that if the health department decided to come in and really attack her, that she could lose the farm.
I've experienced my local government as a real form of terrorism, and I'm sick of it.
Good morning, Linda.
Hi.
My name's Corey Chalmers. I'm an extreme cleaner that specializes in biohazard and hoarding. Linda really believes the end of the world is coming, and she's going to be the place to go for whatever anyone needs.
I'm excited about getting some work done that I need to have done, particularly because the barn burned down.
She's already had one barn that's burned down on her property. She could have the same thing happen to her house very easily. My concern after looking at this property is that danger is real still. Would you agree with that?
No, I don't have any fire fear.
That's exactly what I'm
Okay,
talking
well,
about.
you have the worry and the anxiety, okay?
Like I said, all we can do is point out our concerns.
I know, I've heard that over and over again, so I really don't want to hear it again.
So we're only in the morning meeting, and Linda's already being resistant. This is gonna be a tough one, I can already tell. Why do you need this stuff? Just so I know. Like that bag right there that's falling apart and I don't even know what's in it.
Well, I think this is scrap insulation, and sometimes I just need little itty-bitty pieces of insulation to stick in a little crack.
What about old broken wood like this? Particle board.
This kind of wood I take into the house and I burn it.
What about this? Old basketball hoop. What would we do with that?
I don't know, I think this is a good piece of metal that can be used.
Everything I ask her about on this property, she has an answer for. She's gonna fix it, sell it. There's no way. I can look around and see a bunch of these things. This table right here.
I really don't want to be subjecting myself to your standard. It's about cleanup and organization and saving.
I deal with a disorder known as hoarding. You can agree that this is a hoarding problem or not, but that's my job.
I don't look at hoarding as a problem. I look at it as a virtue.
She loves being a hoarder. She'll admit it. How am I gonna justify taking stuff away from someone that sees value in being a hoarder? We can't help with the crisis of the county coming in and mandating that you do it then. Or we can't help another fire starting and burning down another barn.
I don't live my life thinking about peril and danger and what if and what if and 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 if. I'm really not here to talk about fire and safety. Excuse me, I'm leaving.
All right.
You know, sorry, this is not working for me. This is not how I want to spend my hours and my morning.
Why is it bad when people care about her?
I can just consider it mostly both, and you're wasting my time.
I'm just trying to help her understand that she's in danger.
I actually really wished you weren't here. Thank you.
The problem is, this is a hazard. I mean, for all of her environmental consciousness, she is contaminating
Just give me about
soil.
10 minutes. I'll be back.
Where are you off to, Dean?
I'm gonna go talk to Linda.
Hey, Dean, why don't you
Well,
hold up?
not yet.
Hold up, hold
Not
up.
yet.
You guys are gonna get her, and she's gonna have a migraine and have a heart attack or something. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
This is the problem. If we do this not as a united front
Yeah.
and with a systemic plan or something.
What's going on with you through this process? What's going on with Dean?
I don't know if there's brainwashing here or they're just afraid of her for some reason, and we really need to figure this out.
Let's have a little talk,
The
okay?
whole thing was about safety and safety and safety.
I love you, and I think you're badass. But
This is a bunch of bull. We're talking about working. They're supposed to come out and supporting me. They're just putting up roadblocks so they can't handle it.
You've got these people who have a vision of the world, and it is us against them. And for outsiders like me and Corey to come in, immediately everybody's defenses go up.
She does have
I
respect
don't
for you
know
as
how
a
you
person.
That's fine. To be honest, whether
You should
feel,
care.
whether you feel respect or not doesn't change how my day goes.
Those are really cold words, and
Well,
that's what's offensive. So
What I will
you
say,
could go ahead and go.
everybody either argues, denies, or storms off. All right. Yep. I don't know how we're going to accomplish anything under those circumstances.
We've tried it our way, and
Yeah.
obviously that's not going to work, so let's put you in charge at this point and tell these guys what you want. We're hoping that this little act of you're in charge will get some trust back with her.
We're not about throwing out anything or discarding anything. It's not what it looks like. It's what can it be.
Linda started describing her plan to the junk guys, to the organizers, and everyone was confused.
What do you want us to do with the things that are not recyclable, that are not donatable, that...
I really don't want you to all get into qualifying what, should this be safe, should this not be safe.
It's a pile.
Let's just organize the bar inside of the bar and make it look good.
Calm down. Take it down a notch.
It's okay.
There's a lot of people trying to understand your method, which your method is not the norm for them.
They have to.
We're just filling up the space that we emptied yesterday. That's all we're doing right now is filling up the exact space that we emptied. I feel like I'm becoming just like Angela and Dean, becoming one of her minions, moving stuff around. Angela, can we talk to you away from Linda, please?
Yeah.
This is stupid. I'm sorry, Angela. We're just moving stuff from pile to pile to pile. And then we're gonna move it right back in. Tell me this doesn't make sense to you.
It only makes sense because it makes sense to Linda.
Okay, thank you for saying that.
You know,
That's
I mean,
the problem that I have with doing this.
It's not going to make sense to everybody.
Angela, I know you don't want us to leave because we're helping you, but we're not helping her. This process that we're going through with nothing being thrown away is just enabling her. And if she's not careful, she is going to actually become just like Linda because we already see it. You're becoming her. Do you hear yourself? You are becoming her.
I live here. I work for her. I'm, you know.
You're part of the problem.
Well, sure I am.
Oh, well then let's change that. If you know you're part of the problem, let's fix it.
You don't bite the hand that feeds you.
You're beholden to her. Angela is a puzzle. Sometimes Angela sounds like she recognizes there's a problem here. But as soon as she starts down that path, she flips and she becomes Linda's yes man. Angela has definitely drunk the Kool-Aid here.
Yeah, this is what I've taken off of the floor of the barn.
There was a little spark. I thought maybe we could build off of and start cleaning again. So that's exactly what we did. We called everyone back and started to go through piles. That's progress. Better get my gloves back on. Are we friends again? Oh, nice. Wherever you think you can put something else in here, I'll go. I'll follow you to the moon and back.
That could go. To
Trash?
The yeah, trash.
Trash. Thank you. Let's talk about this, because these were jeans at one time, but there's nothing left of these pants.
Yeah, there is. There's a zipper. I take the zippers off.
I mean, if you're gonna sit there and shred up a pair of pants and save the zipper, save the snap, because someday there's not gonna be zippers and snaps, like, how do I even reason with that? You think people are desperate, and I don't think they're gonna be this desperate.
I'll have to ignore you for a while so we can get the job done.
What are we gonna do with these bags that are full of stuff? Where do they go?
Just don't
Where do these
harass
bags go?
me anymore. Could you
Where
just
do these
be
bags
quiet?
go? No, where do these bags go?
Really? If I have to be harassed, I'm not even going to be out here doing this.
That's kind of childish.
You can stay there and be childish yourself.
My 10-year-old does this.
But how degrading and insulting you can be.
Okay.
It's too bad you have that quality to be just degrading.
There's just no reasoning with Linda. She's fight or flight all the time. So if you don't agree with her 100%, she fights you. And when she can't fight, she runs. I'll meet you guys up top.
This is an epic fail. We didn't help Linda.
So there's two outcomes to Linda's story. She dies in the horde, or the city or county comes and takes it away from her. Neither one's good. So sooner or later, she's gonna have to address this.
There's a high level of victim mentality on this property. I just know when we leave, she's going to be able to sit here in the midst of all this stuff with the perverse satisfaction that she's been screwed over yet again.
It's really for the greater good than to your trucks to go off with to waste. I'm trying the best I can.
I'm Jim, and I'm a retired electrician. I suppose I could say that I accumulated all this stuff by mistake. But that would have to mean a lot of mistakes. I woke up one day and said, where did all this stuff come from? I am a hoarder. I like to collect tools for sure. Camera things, electronics of all types, computer components and gizmos, survival stuff. Got tons of books. I've got materials from projects that I thought would be financially beneficial, but somehow I got sidetracked. And I could actually fill up a warehouse, I sometimes think.
It's time for a couple of pills here.
Couple of pills. Let's have a couple of pills.
I'm Alicia, and Jim is my dad. All right, down you go. In 2019, when I lost my last job, I felt broken. I moved in with my dad. He thought, well, maybe we can help each other. We can get this place cleaned up and you can kind of find yourself again. And along the way, that didn't happen. Living in the middle of my dad's ward, it's been the most difficult experience of my life. You know, feeling claustrophobic and suffocated in there. I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
Hi, Jim. Dr. David Tolan, how are you?
All right.
Very nice to meet you. I'm Dr. David Tolan. I'm a clinical psychologist, and I specialize in the study and treatment of hoarding disorder. I see you've got a lot of survival gear here, Jim.
Yep.
Yeah, what's that about?
Well, I guess you hadn't heard. The world is ending next week.
Is that what you're preparing for?
Well, that's what I thought I was doing. And to at least feel as though I had most of the things that I might need in a desperate situation.
Understood. As I point out some of the survivalist stuff and all the kind of doomsday prep that Jim has in the house, he's able to concede that maybe he is erecting a wall between him and the outside world. If that's the case, then it's going to be that much harder for us to get him to let go of things. They give him a sense of safety, of security. So what do you think is the bottom line in terms of how this is all progressing and how this all happened?
It seemed to make sense as I was going along.
Yeah.
But I finally got overwhelmed.
Yeah, it sounds that way.
And then here I am. I'm going to have to get rid of some of this stuff. There's no doubt about it.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think that there's probably no way that we're just going to be able to organize all this stuff. I mean, I think a lot of it's just going to have to go.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Dorothy.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Digna. Listen, Jim, we're all here to help you. And we want to acknowledge you as being a Vietnam veteran. So I'm going to address you this morning as Corporal Jim, all right? And this is your platoon. Here is Dr. Tolan. He's one of your platoon leaders. I'm your other platoon leader. And everyone here is reporting for duty, right? So,
Reporting
Jim,
for duty.
We are here for you.
It was a toolbox at one time.
Clothes and bags to the backyard, all in one spot. That's gonna go with dollies and things like that. So put it over that way. Wait a second, what's here? What do we got, Tyler?
There's 2 guns.
Okay, stop! Stop! Everybody out? Everybody out? We are finding a gun on the average about 1 every single hour. And so, oh, you've got another gun?
I got another gun.
Stop! I have to call the gun specialist in. We say stop, he has to come in, take the guns. secure it, tie it, tag it, and store it away.
All right.
So that is slowing us down for sure. Okay, let's keep going.
You know, as I've been thinking more and more about this cleanup process, it's occurring to me that this is not just about cleaning out a house, but it's really kind of making space for the two of you. And the two of you seem like, even though you live in the same house, you've been sort of in your own spaces and kind of stuck in your own places. And, you know, I thought maybe this would be a time to connect a little bit and just sort of talk things through. Alicia, what do you feel like you need from your dad right now?
Just for him to share with me more of who he is, because there are parts of himself I don't think he's ever really shared.
Well, you know, it's hard for me to talk like that. And of course, my daughter is somebody that I'm not accustomed to expressing myself with or about or around. You know, because I don't want her to think any worse of me than she already does. So.
Wow. Now you're laughing, but I think, Jim, you just said something really powerful. What is it that, if Alicia knew about you, what is it that she would find out that would make her think less of you?
I don't know. I guess perhaps that I'm more of an idiot and a weakling than I put on, you know. But
Alicia, I don't know if you're hearing what Jim
Absolutely.
is saying, but I mean, he's saying some really powerful stuff here.
Absolutely.
He's saying that you would think less of him if you knew him more, and that he's I think you said, an idiot and a weakling. I mean, do you view him that way?
Not at all. We all have our idiosyncrasies, our imperfections, but we're human. We're allowed to be flawed. We're allowed to make mistakes.
That's right.
And we're allowed to learn from them and move on.
Yep.
You know, and what my dad did, like in his service days, that was amazing.
Vietnam was an interesting ride.
I bet.
I tried to explain to her what it's like to be on a death march, you know, where everybody, all the ammunition is gone, everybody's done for, and we still got 5 miles to walk to the pickup point.
So what's that laughter hiding, Jim?
I guess it's hiding the fear and the exasperation and the desperation and the anger of an insane situation that you shouldn't have a bunch of guys in. You know, there's probably about 12 or 15 of us. And we we walked a long ways that day. And yeah, but we made it. So, you know,
To see Dad open up like that, that's rare. And it meant a lot to me that he was willing to take that step to just start taking off that mask that he's worn for so long.
Alicia, you know your dad better than just about anyone. What do you think he needs right now?
Right. Right.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
Well, listen, I'm really glad that we were able to talk, and you know, I'm really hoping that we're not just going to make space in the house, but that we're going to make space for the two of you to have a good relationship here, and that's more important than the stuff.
This is the last day, and I'm totally amped up because we still have stuff in the front yard. We have stuff in the house. I have Jim and Alicia working on electronics.
Yeah, we need to make that blanket decision, Dad.
Yeah, we're tossing the blanket.
We're boxing everything else up that's left over. And I have housekeepers just scrubbing as fast as they can. We're taking things that we purchased for him and bringing it into the house. We're doing everything we can to set this house up so it looks like a true home for Alicia and Jim. Come on
Come, my God, what on earth took place here?
Well, just take it
I
in for a
swear.
minute.
Jim and Alicia, how does it feel to see your house like this?
Am I floating?
It's a dream.
Yeah. I'm tempted to cry. My God, this is astounding.
What makes you feel like crying, Jim?
It was painful, but it's sweet.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really sweet to see things that I haven't seen for a long time, like walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
For it to be so open and airy and the light
yeah, this is
flow is.
this is what I've been
overwhelming.
missing. Yeah, this is it. Looks like new. Magnificent. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can see the walls and everything.
So, Jim, we set up this room as your sleeping room.
Sleeping room.
Okay,
There
it's
you go.
really just for you to come in and sleep and
Okay.
have the whole bed to sleep in.
All right.
The other room is
yeah.
as it was.
Mhm,
And in fact, that's where all your guns are stored so
Right,
that it's
okay.
been safe, you know, so that we could work in the house. Sleep here, sort and organize over there.
That's probably a good idea.
I'm remembering when I first came into the house and I saw the little sliver of bed that you were lying on.
A little shell.
I'll tell you just, Jim, that broke my heart to see you having to live that way. And I'm really glad that Dorothy and her team were able to open up a space for you to sleep and to be comfortable.
That's amazing. I'm ready to start living again. And I do sort of feel like the old boy that fell into the ditch and had the Good Samaritan rescue.
I think we can step outside because you know I can't help myself. We always have one more little thing that we want to, just one more thing to show you. So why don't we head outside and see
Okay.
what we've got?
Come on out.
Come on out.
Post, halt! Right face! Present flags. Sergeant Ellison, on behalf of the veterans of foreign wars, I'd like to thank you for your service in the U.S. Army. And we would like to be a support to you and your family at the Kannapolis Post 8989 if you would be interested in joining us.
Here I thought I was just a lonely old veteran serving on his own.
Oh, you never are.
Post, present arms. Order arms. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Guys, almighty. The parade really surprised me. Yeah, I was stunned. I wasn't just surprised. I was stunned. It felt really great for the veterans to just come in and thank me, and yeah, it was amazing. Group hug!